Guys, we're going to do another experiment. I watched Mariette posted a video in our group that Sue Finlay did, and I'm going to try it. We will see. I'm doing it a little bit different as I'm kind of doing a mold first so that my resin doesn't spread everywhere. And we're going to give it a try. So this is going to be a bunch of different little videos because it's going to take time today to do it. But each stage I will videotape and then I'll just connect it all for you. Okay, so what I'm using color-wise today is I'm using alcohol inks, which I've never used before. I'm not sure if you can see that. I got them from the UK. Those two pretty colors, the greenish and the blue. I'm using my my two metallics that I used in my piece last night. No, that helps. So these are the two colors. What's that right? That was right. These are the two, Kalamalaka and Freshwater Pearl, that we're using. And I mixed a bunch of my glass together, and that will be the embellishment. Okay, so come on down, and I'm doing two. So we got a lot going on here. And I think what I'd like to do is start out with my Kalamalaka in the center. These aren't going to be completely straight because I didn't get to unfold my silicone sheet very well, but we're going to go from there. And then I think I'm going to add the blue ink around that. And I did 1 cup each of the blue ink. So I'm just going around. Now this part, the inks, are just to tint the resin, so it will be clear, but you can see through it, but I'm not sure how the Kalamalaka will do with it. We're gonna wait and see. Now I'll add the green around that. On both of them. I did them in different designs because I'll show you what I'm gonna, well, I'll save that for the next part, which will be later this evening. Okay, so now what I think I'm gonna do before I add any of the white is I think I may blow this around a little bit. Got a hunk of the ink. Just a blob. Actually, you know what would be better than adding heat to it? Blowing it around with my hairdryer on cool. better. Get that caramel spread around. I'm not worried about any of it that may flow over the edge of the silicone caulking because this isn't going to be like a free-form geo or anything like that. This is going to be a bowl, a resin artistic bowl when it's done. So I'm not too worried about making a bit of a mess with it. Okay. Now I'm going to add some of the white, but I don't want the white to take over. So I think I'm just going to put it in certain spots. Not in all of them. And then come around with my stick and do some moving with it. Because like I said, I don't want it to take over. So I'm just going to spread it around. Maybe add a little tiny bit in the center that I can spread around. Got a little bit too much in this little corner. Actually, probably on this piece altogether. Well, that will show us the difference. Too much white. Well, it's the pearl. Let's put you back in. You really did come over my side. Bring some into the center. Just have fun with it, guys. It's not supposed to be perfect unless you are going for a specific design, which I'm not. This is, again, an experimental piece. If it works out, then maybe I'll try something different. If it doesn't work for me, no big deal. I can either try again or move on. Right? Right. Okay. I like that, so I'm going to add a little bit more white over here, the last of it. And I like that. I used every bit of my resin this time. There we go. Okay, so we're going to leave this like this. And then I will come back and do the glass when it's set a little tiny bit. And then after that, I will come down when it's been set for, oh, I don't know, maybe 6 hours, we'll see. Maybe go from there. And then I will drape it over. And this is the idea I had. Instead of just a plain bowl, instead of just a plain bowl or vase to put it over, drape it over with Glad wrap, cling wrap, I have these plastic chip bowls from the dollar store for my daughter's shower that we had for her a couple of years ago. And they have a nice design on them like crystal ware. So I want to see if by any chance any of this will come out, because it's on the outside, not on the inside. If any of this will come out in the pattern on this. We will see. Okay guys, so I'm leaving it there right now and I'll be back in a little bit. See you in a minute. Okay, so here's the thing. I'm worried. Okay, it is now 5:30, 5:45. I'm worried that my resin will set up too fast. But, so I came down, but it's not ready to peel out of the silicone yet. So, this is what I'm thinking. Okay, so I'm going to bring you down. I'm thinking if I leave it on the silicone for now and drape it over the bowl and maybe shape it a little bit the way I want it, and see if it'll at least form up a little bit like this. And then later on tonight I will come down and see if it hasn't cured too much, if I can peel it out and then place it over the board with saran wrap. Or I mean over the bowl with saran wrap. But for now, it doesn't want to peel off of it's still too sticky and doesn't want to peel off nicely because it's so thin. It's such a thin layer. So we will see. Okay, this is where I'm going to leave it for now, guys. Just over the bowls like this, and I'll come down later, and if it works, I'll put it over the cellophane over the bowl, or the saran wrap over the bowls. And if it doesn't work, well, you'll find out tomorrow that, hey, this was fail, complete fail. But you know what? You don't know unless you try, right? And yes, I did have my hair cut this afternoon. Bangs, you can see me now. Bangs aren't too long. So yeah, so that's been my day. I'm hoping you guys are having a great day. And I will see you later. See you in a bit. Good morning. Okay, so we're back down with the tutorial that I started yesterday afternoon on the vase bowl idea. And today we're going to hopefully pull it off. We will see. I started my morning off with a nice cup of tea with Mariette and Tyne. It's their night, our morning. But I know this is so off topic, but I just wanted to share it with you. Why Mariette and Tyne are so important to me. This is basically just one reason, but my mother-in-law lived with, this was her apartment. This is where her bedroom was, and out there was her living room and kitchen and bathroom. she lived with us for over 3 years because the last few years of her life, Mom had dementia. And I was going to be damned if I let that woman be in a home. And so she lived here with us. And I started a major routine with Mom. I'd come down every morning and we'd have our tea together and chat for quite a while. And yeah, it would be, if you know anyone or have known anyone with dementia, short-term memory goes first. So it would be sitting listening to the same story over and over and over and over and over again. And you know what? Not once did it bother me, because I loved this woman so much, but I could tell you the stories verbatim because I knew them so well. But she became my best friend and my biggest fan. Even if I did, this was even before I started resin with my paintings and my drawings, if I did something I didn't like, she loved it. She was my biggest fan. And when Mom passed away, it will be 3 summers ago now, it took me over a year before I could come down here and let go of her stuff. And it took a long time for me to, well, it didn't. I never got over missing that morning routine. And then I got into resin and I met Mariette. Mariette introduced me to time. And Mariette, because it's their night and our morning, would call me every day. And it became the new norm. She replaced that emptiness in me. So I cherish my mornings now with Tyne, and it's not always Tyne, sometimes because Tyne works, so sometimes, don't mind me talking about my mother-in-law. Sometimes it's just Mariette and I, and we have some wonderful chats, and I love it. And she's become my biggest fan, and I hope I am hers. So anyway, okay, off that. Let's go, guys. Let's see if this worked out. Okay? So here we go. These are the 2 bowls. I set them over top of the plastic bowls, hoping to get that design, but I don't think I did, and no, I didn't, because I guess it just, maybe if I had a poured over it, but you just can't do that. But as unique as this, look at this. Look at this. It is a bowl. It is a resin bowl that you watched me make with the crystals that I put on. I came down and put on when it was still a little still way too gummy to pour over something, but hard enough, firm enough that they didn't sink right into the resin. So that's bowl number 1. I'll take them upstairs and do pictures. And here we go with bowl number 2. The bowls come right out easily because I use the cling wrap. So they're fine to use again. And here we go with this one. And the cling wrap comes right off, not a problem. And oh, this one's kind of cool. Very cool. So there you go. Nowhere near as good as the ones that I have seen. Oh, look, you can see through them. Very good. That's what I was hoping for. nowhere near as good as the beautiful ones I've seen online, but for my first, not bad. Will I do it again? Sure. Would I go this big? I don't know. I don't know, but I have these other things. Here, look at. I have these other trays that might, plastic trays, that might be an interesting, you know, shape. And maybe even get the better design because it would be more flat. I wouldn't worry about the edges. So we'll see. Something to try down the road, but there you go. So that is the results. Not bad. Not great, but not bad. They're unique. And of course, you know I love blue, so of course my first ones had to be in blue. There we go. There we go. And I have, this is a teaser, I have something, hopefully, fingers crossed, I'll know after this weekend. I have something very special coming. Well, I have lots of new glitters coming, guys. Honest to God, some beautiful new glitters in the super fine and semi-chunky, so, and gorgeous colors. So they're coming, but I have a surprise that you guys are gonna love. But it's coming this weekend, and I'm gonna test it, and if it is a go, you guys are gonna love this. Okay, guys, have a wonderful Wednesday, and I will see you soon.